Alors, bien. Merci, frères et sœurs, pour avoir été disponibles pour passer avec nous ces quelques instants où on va parler de l'histoire du Congo et à travers des projets.
Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for making yourselves available to pass this time with us to hear the history of our projects in the Congo.
Nous commencerons un peu par faire un bref aperçu historique du Sud-Congo.
We'll do a short history of Subud in the Congo.
Sud-Congo, on peut remonter à 1969.
Subud began in the Congo in 1969.
Où le premier Congolais connu qui avait une voiture, c'était M. Mata, là.
So the first Subud member, the first one opened was Makapupia.
Il a été ouvert à Paris.
He was opened in Paris.
Après son ouverture, il a fait des démarches et qui ont permis au couple Louis et Roselyne Hausmann de Belgique de venir à Kinshasa procéder à des ouvertures.
He took steps so that Louis and Rosalind Hausmann could come from Belgium to open people in the Congo.
Une connaissance, 132 personnes ont été ouvertes.
132 people were opened.
Mais après le départ de frère Roselyne, de frère Louis et la sœur Roselyne, le groupe est resté un peu dispersé parce qu'il manque d'encadrement.
But there was no structure, so eventually the people just went away.
Mais le frère Matt avait maintenu la pratique de l'alliance avec un groupe restreint de membres.
So a small group, including Mata, went ahead and kept doing the line.
Et après, quand même, le groupe s'est structuré. On a eu des présidents du comité national qui se sont succédés.
And so when Subud became structured, and we had a number of different chairs of Subud Congo.
Et nous avons eu aussi des aides qui avaient été nommées.
We had helpers who were named.
Et nous avons signalé un de nos frères qui était aide nationale et conseil territoire. C'était le frère Sita Wema qui a eu l'occasion de participer au congrès d'Anougra, quelques ou 2 jours, qui avait participé au congrès d'Anougra.
So Brother Sita was able to participate in the Anugrah Congress.
Et pour Subud Congo, on peut dire qu'il a tenu son premier congrès après le congrès d'Australie, oui, c'était en 1989.
And Subud Congo held its first congress after the Australian Sydney Congress in 1989.
Alors ce premier congrès a permis vraiment à Subud de se structurer et de commencer à avoir une vie régulière.
So this first congress allowed Subud to become better structured and to take on a normal operation.
Par rapport à l'histoire de Subud Congo, il y a aussi le centre de Guinato.
And a very important step was the creation of the Subud Center at Congo.
La délégation du Congo qui avait assisté au congrès mondial en Colombie avait été émerveillée un peu par le projet à Manasseh.
The Subud delegation from Congo who went to the Manasseh Congress was amazed at what they saw and wanted to do something similar.
Et c'est là où ils étaient un peu inspirés. Et finalement, c'est au congrès de Spokane que la délégation a pu obtenir de la MSF le financement pour l'achat d'une concession.
So in 1987, after the Spokane Congress, they got a grant from MSF to buy a large piece of land, 52 hectares.
Et après, la MSF aussi a accepté de financer la construction de la première maison Subud à Guinato.
And MSF also agreed to build a Subud house at Guinato.
Et c'est le frère Moutar Aoul qui est venu poser la première pierre. Il avait, par l'acceptation de la famille de papa, il avait pris une pierre quartz à la tombe de papa. Il est venu implanter avant la construction du Guinato. C'était un peu la première pierre.
So Aaron brought with him a stone that he was allowed to take from Papa's grave. And he brought it from Papa's grave to to Congo, and it was planted as the first stone of the food center of Congo.
Et puis les travaux ont commencé.
The work began.
Et à la fin, c'est ce bâtiment-là que nous avions.
And this is the super house in Congo that was designed by Martin.
Une grande salle de Latina avec 2 suites.
A large Latin space with 2 suites.
Et nous signalons aussi que par rapport à l'histoire du Congo, il y a la tenue de conseil de zone. Alors, le conseil bizonal, il s'était tenu en 2008.
In 2005, there was a bi-zonal gathering, zones 5 and 6,
Il y avait
met in Binato.
et la délégation, tous les participants à ce conseil bizonal ont fait la visite de Binato et il y a eu ce cercle de danse que vous voyez là-bas.
And all the participants came to celebrate and dance at Binato.
Et on avait été honoré par la présence de la sœur Akmania, qui a beaucoup joué pour l'accompagnement des aides au Congo pendant un certain temps.
And we were very happy at that time to receive the visit from the international helper, Rahmania Boden, who came and accompanied this gathering.
C'était la photo il y a un certain nombre de frères qui étaient dans la représentation. Toujours c'est le conseil bizonal. Là, nous avons le frère Elias qui avait participé à ce conseil avec notre sœur Angélique, qui est la conseillère des Joannes et Régine qui est là-bas. Régine qui est actuellement ici avec nous comme conseillère des Joannes pour la République démocratique. Ben, je crois que...
And she's older, but she's still beautiful.
Alors, ce qu'il faut noter qu'il y a eu une transformation déjà à Kinatogo actuellement.
There was a transformation at Kinatogo.
À côté du grand bâtiment, nous avons le centre d'apprentissage communautaire.
Next to the Buckingham Hall, we built a community learning center.
On va parler rapidement de projet.
We'll talk a little bit about projects.
Donc là, nous avons le conseil de zone aussi. C'était le deuxième conseil qui a eu lieu en République démocratique du Congo, dans la zone Afrique.
There's a second Zone 6 gathering that happened in 2017.
Nous avions les participants du Congo-Brazza.
We have participants from Brazzaville,
de l'Angola,
Angola,
du Bénin, et les frères qui sont venus, les frères des aides internationaux avec Vincent.
and the international
Et il y avait aussi Sougou de France qui était là avec Arnaud de Lune, il y avait aussi la dame allemande, et c'est des occasions de
Germany, to France, etc.
Alors, par rapport à la pratique de la guerre à la disponibilité de l'espace,
regarding the Latihan and the spaces for Latihan,
la MSF avait accepté aussi que permis à Sougou Congo d'avoir un siège sur place à Kinshasa.
NSF also helped us to buy a center, a support center in Kinshasa.
Et c'est ce centre-là,
I had an office.
avec l'appui toujours de la MSF, ce centre a été transformé, on a eu 2 salles de la
And in this property, we were able to develop 2 Latihan spaces.
Alors, ce que nous allons dire ici, ce qui est important, c'est que à travers le processus de développement juridique de ce Congo, il y a une part importante aussi des activités de société.
So also in this process has been an important role for Cecilia Dharma.
Parce qu'en ce qui concerne le siège, par exemple, le sous-Congo pour le moment est en projet avec dans le secteur de la santé et de l'éducation.
So Cecilia Dharma is working both in the health and the education sector.
Et dans le secteur de l'éducation, c'est avec les fonds canadiens, avec Cecilia Dharma Canada.
With Cecilia Dharma Canada.
Et le centre d'apprentissage communautaire, Sougou Congo a accepté que l'on puisse implanter le centre d'apprentissage communautaire dans son siège, là où il y avait le siège de l'association.
So Sougou DRC accepted that we should develop a community learning center in the superintendent.
Et c'est pendant ce moment que le Congo cherchait aussi des moyens pour améliorer le cadre pour avoir des salles de l'Alliance plus spacieuses.
So Susiladama Canada and Susiladama International and Susiladama Congo looked for a way to find the money to improve the Latina spaces and also accommodate the learning center.
Avec l'appui du réseau de Susiladama International, Susiladama Canada, la Fondation Congress, il y a la Fondation Bakel aussi. Finalement, on a construit deux grandes salles de l'Alliance, on a construit le centre d'apprentissage communautaire, mais en plus, il y a deux grandes salles de l'Alliance, le bureau de Soumoul et le bureau aussi de Susiladama.
So with the support of the Long Trust, Bucket International Fund, Susiladama International, Susiladama Canada, and all working together, we were able to transform the superhouse into a learning center with much larger Lafayette spaces and offices for super and for Susiladama.
Et cette action-là a été devenue une grande opportunité, une grande satisfaction pour les membres de Soumoul Congo, parce que là, on voit vraiment l'apport de Susiladama comme aide de Soumoul permettre à ce que la pratique de l'Alliance se fasse dans des conditions vraiment excellentes.
So here we see the mutual benefit of Susiladama doing a project in the super house, allowing the super members to have much better spaces for the Latina.
Donc, nous avons le bureau de Soumoul et de Susiladama.
So we have the offices of both super and Susiladama at the same place.
Et cela a permis la tenue de ce qu'on peut appeler le troisième congrès, le deuxième conseil de zone, c'est la zone 6, l'Afrique francophone, qui s'est tenue là-bas.
And we were able to host the Zone 6 gathering in October of 2023 in the new building.
Donc tous les frères de l'Afrique étaient là et c'était une satisfaction et un modèle aussi qui permettait de voir comment intégrer nos activités dans le cadre de Susiladama pour promouvoir aussi la pratique de l'Alliance dans des conditions bonnes.
So all the super members felt very satisfied, and it allowed us to see how the two aspects of super, the social and the spiritual, can complement each other.
Oui, parce que c'est juste pour signaler que la pratique de l'Alliance se faisait encore, et se continue encore pour certains, se fait dans des maisons de membres. Les membres offrent des locaux pour l'Alliance, ce n'est pas toujours facile. Et cette initiative a aidé aussi à libérer un peu le membre de la pression de parti.
As many of the groups where super members do Latin it's still done in the homes of super members. And this is really important for us to be able to have a shared space.
Et alors, nous avons, à travers le projet de Susiladama, nous avons le secteur de la santé, comme j'avais dit, et le secteur de l'éducation.
So under the umbrella of Susiladama, we have health project and we have also education project.
Pour le secteur de la santé, je pense que nous aurons le temps de présenter rapidement un petit film qui retrace un peu les actions par rapport à ce secteur de la santé.
For the health sector, we have a short film that we would like to show you that shows the history of the evolution of the activities in the health sector.
Et par rapport à ce secteur, nous devons remercier ici aussi la Fondation Bakel Family du Canada.
And we have to also thank the Buckingham Family of Canada,
Qui a appuyé pratiquement la création, la construction de 3 CSFOR.
that helped us with the construction of 3 community health centers,
Donc, un à Kinatogo,
one in Kinatogo,
à Congo,
one at Kandu,
Dembaï.
and one at Embaingo.
Ça, nous avons le centre de santé communautaire à Kinatogo.
This is the hospital at Kinatogo.
Et ici, nous sommes dans ça, c'est le centre d'apprentissage communautaire,
This is the Community Learning Center
qui est un projet qui est appuyé par l'Affaires mondiales Canada,
that is supported by Global Affairs Canada,
qui appuie la formation des jeunes filles et de femmes, des filles et de femmes.
This supports the education of girls and women.
Donc, nous avons des filières Il y a d'abord l'alphabétisation,
We started with literacy
il y a d'autres filières, la transformation, la coiffure et esthétique.
and continue to chemical transformation, food transformation, and hairdressing.
Et avec ce projet, on aide les femmes à aller vers l'autonomisation.
We help women to become more autonomous, to be empowered. It's a project about the empowerment of women.
On leur assure aussi une formation entrepreneuriale.
We ensure their entrepreneurial training to start small businesses.
Et puis on fait aussi un briefing pour eux pour connaître leurs droits, savoir en faire les plaidoyers et participer aussi plus activement quand il s'agit des problèmes de la féminité.
We have rights education and we also help them to be more active and vocal in their communities.
Nous les faisons avec des partenaires locaux.
We work with local partners, different NGOs,
mais essentiellement avec le ministère des Affaires sociales.
but mainly under the banner of the Ministry of Social Affairs.
L'important pour nous par rapport au ministère des Affaires sociales, c'est par rapport à la durabilité de nos projets.
The importance of working with the Ministry of Social Affairs is to ensure the sustainability of our project.
Nous avons l'accord avec les affaires sociales, nous mettons en œuvre les infrastructures, les équipements avec l'appui du gouvernement canadien et eux mettent à notre disposition des éducateurs.
With the support of the Canadian government, we create the spaces and we provide the equipment, and the ministry supports the trainers.
Ça, c'est au niveau de la mise. Et ces apprenantes apprennent à produire, à conserver les fruits. Nous avons des fruits qui parfois pourrissent, mais ils apprennent à en faire des jus pour conserver et distribuer, vendre.
And so women are encouraged to make all different kinds of products that they can put on the market, including juices and different products that they can sell.
Et surtout par rapport à la filière alphabétisation aussi, par rapport à la filière alphabétisation, c'est de rendre un peu la joie, oui, la fierté à ces femmes.
And in relation to literacy, it's really important to help them to feel proud because many of them were deprived of the right to an education as girls.
Les filles dans leur maison, parfois, les enfants sont en train d'étudier et elles, parfois, se moquent d'elles parce qu'elles ne savent pas lire et écrire.
Many of the girls struggle because they do not know how to read and write.
Et on a eu des témoignages de ces femmes qui ont dit maintenant je peux circuler la tête haute parce que je peux lire et écrire.
And many of the women have told us that now they can hold their head high because they know how to read and they know how to write.
Là, nous avons des images, ça c'est au niveau des milliers, où nous avons la présence du directeur national chargé de l'éducation non formelle qui appuie fortement sur le plan technique ce projet.
So this is some of our women receiving their certificates from the Director General of Informal Education.
Et ce que nous devons noter aussi par rapport à ce projet dans le secteur de l'éducation, c'est l'implication des partenaires étrangers. Je parle particulièrement du gouvernement canadien.
So we know with this project it's been very attractive to international partners, particularly the Canadian government.
Oui, l'ambassadrice du Canada est portée par ce projet.
The Canadian ambassador to the DRC came and she was very impressed.
Et ce qui était curieux, c'est que par rapport au personnel de l'ambassade, je trouvais que l'ambassadrice était une personne assez stricte et un peu fermée.
And the staff of the embassy, when she was going to visit, told us to be very careful because she was a bitter and angry woman.
Et ils ont été surpris de constater que quand elle est venue dans notre projet, c'est elle qui cherchait à embrasser tout le monde et on ne sait pas ce qu'il a touché dans ce projet.
And we were told not to try to shake her hand. But when she came to visit the project, it was her who was going around kissing and hugging everyone. So we found that was very strange.
Et ce qui fait que même quand le ministre du Développement international a visité la RDC,
And so when finally the ambassador told the Minister of International Development that he should come and visit the project.
Le seul projet qu'il a visité en dehors de Kinshasa était le projet de CAC.
It's the only project that he visited outside of Kinshasa when he came on his visit.
Et cela a touché aussi beaucoup les autorités parce que ce jour, on a bénéficié d'un cortège comme celui d'un chef de l'État. Et c'était un honneur aussi pour les membres.
This also impressed the national authorities who said, wow, if Susila Dharma Congo is having this visit, that it must mean that they're doing something very special.
Dans le secteur de la santé, avant de passer à la projection du film, je peux parler rapidement de. Nous avons le projet AMED pour la médecine naturelle.
We also have a project done with AMED for natural medicines, production of natural health products.
C'est avec Susila Dharma Allemagne,
With Susila Dharma Germany.
et où on fait la promotion d'utilisation des plantes pour les soins.
Where we do the production of medicinal plants.
Et l'intérêt ici, c'est que cela se fait avec les structures du ministère de la Santé.
And this happens now under the banner of the Ministry of Health.
Oui, je crois que ça c'est une introduction. Si vous le permettez, je crois que nous allons passer rapidement au projeter un peu le condensé des activités dans le secteur de la santé.
Just before we show you the film, I'd just like to tell you a little of the backstory to this film. Many years ago, Susila Dharma, and working with Susila Dharma Congo, actually in 2005, at the Bizonal gathering, Susila Dharma Congo was created. And we didn't realize at the time that we made a big mistake, which was that Susila Dharma was created as an umbrella NGO, under which there were many individual projects of Suku members. And many of these projects were not-for-profit projects. They were their family income. They were their family business. And eventually this mistake led to a great deal of tension in the Suku community, such that people were fighting, why is your project Susila Dharma? My project is not Susila Dharma. Why are you getting money from outside? Why am I not getting money from outside? And brotherhood came to be in a great deal of conflict. So on my first visit to the Congo, I was taken to visit a building that had received a donation to be made into an infirmary, a school infirmary. And I was taken to visit it, and it was being rented out to families who were living in these very cramped and unhealthy spaces. And I said that the money was given to make an infirmary. And I was told, well, anyway, we didn't have the money, and from this we get an income. And we realized that was about the time that the Antessa became the chair of Susila Dharma Congo. And we realized we had a problem on our hands, which was that there was a lot of work there that was going on that was not necessarily very transparent. So we said, now we have to correct this mistake that we made. We have to really develop an NGO that operates very transparently and according to international principles. And Diane Vessa was the first SD Congo chair that really helped us to clean up the house. And we have this building, and we have to turn it into a health center because there was a need for a health center. So we did that. And after we started doing that, we received a message from someone who wrote in a very short, strange email, which was someone saying, I read about your project and I would like you to call my financial advisor and so on. And we nearly did because it sounded like one of those emails that you get, which is, I am a Nigerian princess and I want to give you some money, but you have to give me your bank account information first. So, but then I saw the name and I finally called the person to see who they were. And they said, what would you do? Cecilia Dharma, we like your project. What would you do if we gave you $1 million to the Congo? We said we wouldn't take it because we're not ready to receive it. We need to build the capacity to spend your money correctly. So we did take $100,000 and we did build a health center. And we went on to receive much more than $1 million, maybe $2 million from this donor, and we built many health centers. This donor was not in Sudan. This donor was just struck by the scale on which we were working and the way that Cecilia Dharma Congo and Canada work. And she wanted to give back to the Congo. So she helped us to build many health centers. She supported us for 10 years. And the film that you're going to see is a thank you to her, because the 10 years that she committed to us ended in 2021 during the pandemic. We wanted her to come. We want you all to come and visit the Congo and see these projects for yourself because they're amazing. But if you can't come, that's why she couldn't come at that time. There was a lockdown. We made this film for her to feel what she had achieved because she couldn't visit us. So thank you for watching it, and maybe we can have some questions afterwards.
This is a human story that has developed and grown over the last 10 years in the heart of Africa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It is the second largest country on this continent, 76.9 times larger than Belgium, its former colonizers. It is the story of how Tina Buchan, Gilles Marceau, and the Buchan International Fund, in partnership with the Cecilia Dharma International Network, have touched the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, providing access to sustainable, quality healthcare and transforming communities. Today, around 80 million people live here, making it the fourth most populous country in Africa. Population growth is among the highest in the world at almost 3%. With each woman giving birth to 6.3 children on average. In 2016, 41.2% of the population was under 15 years old. Such rapid population growth, coupled with widespread poverty and lack of basic services and infrastructure, means this country presents one of the most challenging development contexts in the world. Thankfully, there are people within and outside the Congo who are working to counteract this dramatic situation, bringing their skills, resources, and perseverance to providing services that bring hope to many people. Our story is about the creation of a network of health and hospital centers that were built by the people of the Congo with the help of the Cecilia Dharma International Network and the Buchan International Fund. We start our journey in the southern suburb of the capital, Kinshasa, in Lemba, where, despite being close to a major city, poor roads and high cost of transport make it impossible for people to get the medical attention they so badly needed.
Here we are at Lemba, a rural community where people live from their agricultural activity and by raising animals for consumption, mainly chicken and pigs. The living conditions were really deplorable, so we really needed to consider what activities could help the development of the community. It was agreed that we should implant a community health centre to provide a good quality of healthcare to the community.
Le centre de santé communautaire de l'Embaï.
The Lemba Community Health Center grew out of the Susiatama School in Lemba. The school had identified the urgent need to build a school infirmary to address the health needs of its students, but there were also needs at the level of the whole community. So we took this opportunity to pilot our model of a community health center based on the principles of autonomy and sustainability. That is, once the basic infrastructure and equipment is put in place, we don't need to ask for the donor support to pay the bills, to buy routine supplies. The center carries itself.
This is the delivery room. All pregnant women deliver here. And then the mother is moved to the postpartum room, where she is under observation for 48 hours. To make sure there are no complications. If there are no complications, she is moved into the recovery room. So all women who give birth without complications spend a few days in the maternity section to rest and recover.
The first Centre de Santé Communautaire was opened in Lemba in 2010. Some 5,000 patients are treated in this 32-bed facility each year, provided with pre- and antenatal services for mothers and babies, vaccination programs, minor surgeries, health education for families, and a range of preventative and curative services for the surrounding population. A key focus is also on involving the local population through the participation of elected representatives on the management team of the centre, through working with the local health committee and Ministry of Health, and through the management of their own health mutual association. Of the 15 employees, half are from the community next door, as is this young male nurse.
My name is Grace Basunga Luzolo. I'm head nurse at the Lemba Imbu Community Health Center since 2019. I wake up early in the morning, I prepare my bag, I make sure I have all my documents, my masks and supplies. We are very lucky that we never lack for any supplies at our center, because many centers don't have the materials that they need. Here we receive all kinds of patients, but we are mostly focused on pediatric care. I hope we will soon be able to finish the work on our new pediatric ward.
What pushed to initiate this project? I'm a teacher who has lived in this community for 26 years. I can say that the socio-economic problems here have various causes. In the area of education, there are very few schools. In the area of healthcare, there is nothing. No health centres that can take care of the community. That is why we really wanted to see health centres developed in this community, gradually to have different services, like specialised pediatric care or hospice. Education and healthcare are the two most basic needed services upon which the community can develop itself.
We leave Lemba Imbu for the rural village of Kingantogo in central Congo province, where the hospital center of Kingantogo was opened in 2013. This rural center services a large area covering some 200 square kilometers. With core salaries covered by the Ministry of Health, the center is able to keep the cost of care for the community to a minimum. Local entrepreneurs also support the operations of the center by paying for a monthly healthcare plan for their employees.
Here, there was a state-run health center that was basically falling down, and together with the community, we proposed to build this health center together. Here, our model goes towards working directly in partnership with the local health authorities. We provided the infrastructure and equipment for the center, but the staff was provided by the state, which means that the staff benefits from technical supervision from both the NGO and the Ministry of Health, as well as their state salary. This lowers the cost of health service to the patient.
If this centre is here, it is because of the very high child mortality, mainly for children 0 to 5 years of age, and especially for the newborns, due to the fact that there was a very bad quality of care, a lack of access for rural families, no equipment or medicine. That was why Susila Dharma came to build this dual health centre that you see here today. Since Susila Dharma built this centre, the community is getting the care it needs, and health indicators have really improved.
Et ce qui est vrai, les choses se sont améliorées.
In both Lemba-Indi and Kingantogo, SDIA and SD Congo, in collaboration with the Buchan International Fund, are working on a new innovation to develop community learning centres alongside the existing healthcare centres. This will create a one-stop shop for rural women, girls, men and boys where they can access healthcare, childcare and learning services. The Community Learning Centre at Kingantogo is being set up to provide much-needed literacy and skills training to local women and youth who never went to school or were forced to abandon their studies at an early age due to poverty, teenage pregnancy, or early marriage. With the skills needed to generate an income, women and girls will be better able to look after their families, bringing them closer to breaking the cycle of poverty.
The difficulty for most of us girls is that we have to stop our studies very young. We drop out of school at a very early age. Many become pregnant by a young man who is not able to take responsibility, and sometimes he too doesn't even have the means to support a family. And this makes life very difficult for the young girl herself, her child, and her parents. Building a learning center here in the village will solve a lot of problems, not only for me, but also for many other girls and women in the village who never got an education, and even the boys who have nothing else to do but run after girls. We really work to create employment and income to the girls like me, who never got a chance to learn.
Here we are in one of the production units for interlocking bricks that Susila Dharma Congo uses to produce the bricks needed for its construction, such as health centers and schools. The bricks you see behind me enable us to build stronger and cheaper. They require less water and less cement than other bricks, and are mixed with inorganic soil to make a cost-effective building material with locally available material. Brickmaking, construction, and other industries, such as the maintenance and repair of solar panels, are some of the training areas that we are introducing in our community learning center here at Kingantogo to help women and girls become more financially independent in their daily lives. We are able to use our own resources, our books, and other materials to teach them about construction, as well as to build the learning centers themselves.
From Kinshasa, we traveled to the site of our third community health center at Nkanu on the outskirts of the town of Nkisi in central Congo province. Here we meet a young man, Landry Suka, who dreamed of one day becoming a doctor and helping to care for his community. Now he will have a job, practicing medicine, and be able to realize his dream.
My name is Landry Suka. I am a doctor. I did my studies at the University of the Congo in central Congo. During the course of my studies, like many others, I knew a lot of financial. It was thanks to the NGO Cecilia Dharma that I was able to obtain my medical diploma. After I graduated, it was impossible for me to pay the accreditation in the medical order. And once again, thanks to Cecilia Dharma, I was able to get my registration number for the doctor. I would also like to thank the Tina Buchan International Fund, because thanks to them, we have this wonderful health center that you can see behind me, built according to international standards.
The objective of this program to create a network of community health centers is to ensure that each center becomes sustainable and self-sufficient. This means that while we benefit from the support of the partners to build the center, we don't want this support to go on forever. So we encourage all people to join the Health Mutual Association so that the community can share the risk and benefits of health coverage and increase their.
We could watch the rest, but it's also available on our website. We just want to point out to you that the young doctor is a super member, and this gentleman who is talking about the Health Mutual is also a super member. And we're all working together to lead this health initiative. And then after we made this film, we went on to finish and put in operation the 3 community learning centers associated with each of the health centers. So we may have, but I want to first give a big shout out to the Blonde Trust, who has always, Simon and Afia Blonde, Michelle, who have always supported this project from the beginning, and we really want to thank them.